the day the patch dropped, he was terrible. Now he's just back to mediocre, basically,
Yeah,
because
yeah. They
they
fixed the
rolled back
numbers.
those. Yeah. So I think the Void Spirit is fine this game. You just wanted something that was going to be able to dodge the Tornado
It was
EMP combos, right?
it was a threat update. That's what that was. That was like, listen, if you guys want to keep finding these cheesy builds on this hero, this is what I'll do. Do you guys want to stay at 34% win rate, huh? Is this where you want to be? Slowly
Man.
just fed the numbers back. It's like cutting off a finger one by one. It's like every skill lost like 20% of its value.
You hate to see it.
He's
I
a
was remember I
terrifying
was
guy,
watching.
that Ice Frog.
I was watching, I think it was Quake for Play It on stream, and he was literally in Fountain with Fountain regen, and he couldn't even zip out to leave his base basically without losing his entire mana pool. It was bad. So glad that it's not quite to that extent, but I mean they've got decent pickoff to be able to take out this Skywrath mage, but it's going to be heavily based around vision. So I kind of want to see outsiders play around that because Viper notoriously immobile, and Void Spirit one of those heroes that does excel when you've got a bit of a better lay of the land, I suppose you could say.
All right. Is it worth banning Faceless Void as outsiders when you have Dispose?
Ooh.
Or can I see a Chrono save from a Mercy? Because we know it's possible. You can dispose people out of Chrono, out of Black Hole. I've never got to see see it happen in a pro game. But it is Invoker, Snapfire, Skywrath Mage, Faceless Void. It's pretty strong.
Even the Dawn, honestly, you could just like get the ulti on top of that as well. It seems kind of nutty. I mean, maybe they just would say, okay, well, let's just take out the Marcy to start the team fight, and that's when you initiate with the Void.
Yeah, but we'll probably ban it, I think. It's probably worth it. Like, you know, you'd feel pretty dumb if you lost to Invoker Faceless Void in the year 2022 and you had a chance to ban it.
Is the Void, though? I mean, the Viper looks like a 3 right now, right? So the lane's pretty bad for the Void, right?
Oh, it is. It most certainly is.
Sure. So it's just the Chrono combo that you're relying on. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of eggs in one basket here when you'd say it like that.
That's what someone says before they lose the Faceless Void Invoker. Then they feel stupid. You know,
that's fair enough. The win rate on the hero is not as spectacular this patch because it's just kind of slow. But we have seen it work once or twice in the DPC.
I've seen it in some absolutely terrible games. Because like if you get beaten
so
lane, like you're saying.
Fault.
Oh no, I'm just saying like you're not wrong. Like if he loses his lane to Viper, where do you go?
Yeah.
Right?
You don't recover, right?
Yeah, you jungle terribly. It's expensive. So I'm down to leave it in, but you will feel stupid if you lose. I'm just saying.
I mean, we saw in game number 1 they could completely change the lanes up, so they might just do a similar sort of thing, right? Run the Dawnbreaker into the Viper, pair it together with one of these other heroes that's able to punish super early on, and just look to try and kill the Viper over and over before you hit those big power spikes, I suppose. You know, you're level 3, level 5, so just play around that level 2 timing, perhaps, with like a pos 5 Snapfire, and look to go down that route. I really still want outsiders to have some kind of vision advantage, like to be able to find those backlines, because you've picked a disruptor, right? You want to be able to just consistently run at people. I think it's a great Night Stalker game, but again, they're lacking that real hard carry, I suppose, the one that's going to be able to farm. So maybe a Spectre, but Spectre Disruptor's pretty terrible. TA is possible, right?
They banned the Void themselves, actually, interestingly enough. So just in case, because they also do have a pretty decent Void lineup with outsiders, but no save on Pari Parni. All right, so I hear the Spectre, the PA is obviously banned, so we can't do that. What other heroes could give that backline vision?
I was saying the Night Stalker, but there's no real other
carry, I mean.
ones that can... Yeah,
Could we get
really just TA is the only one that comes to mind for me, honestly.
Oh, TA,
like,
okay.
TA Monkey's banned.
Would MP work?
Yeah, NP works for sure. That's terrifying. I was thinking about that coming into this series. That's classic, man. You're thinking about like a really specific strategy, like, okay, we've got to watch out for the Ramses NP. Then you lose game 1 to Visage and Marcy, and you're like, oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Visage is still it.
Visage can.
Yeah, but the Hawk isn't in this game, so that's the thing, right? It's not a position 1 unless he's doing it, basically.
Ramses can handle it. He's a smart lad.
Ramses used to play Centaur carry, right? So I think once you've breached that, I think anything is within your wheelhouse.
So the Night Stalker is going to happen, is what you're saying, right? Yeah.
It could. Yeah. Oh, NP stolen by Pari Parni instead. So now what are the options?
That's probably Pasha playing that, I guess. And then it'll probably be Munkushi on the Dawnbreaker again. And then we'll have like double T. I mean, I guess either's fine. It's really whoever just feels like playing Prophet because they're going to play a very similar role.
Honestly, give me the Night Stalker. Give me the Night Stalker. I still want to see it. You know, I know it doesn't scale, but the lane's not going to be horrible, right? Like you're not into a completely oppressive lane. They're just going to go back for the tried and true.
So Dan, final expectations seeing the Lifestealer pick instead.
I'm just worried that outsiders don't have a way to get vision on the backlines. That's my main concern. And you're going to be like funneling into a lot of these choke points, and you have the turnaround with a position 3 Dawnbreaker this time. So maybe you can afford to go the Aghanim Scepter and turn the game around.
Trent?
I think I'm just favoring outsiders again. Even though I like a lot of Pari Parni's stuff, like this idea of like the combos and but I can't, I don't know, something I can't shake. It is Munkushi on the Prophet and Pasha on the Dawnbreaker, which I do think is the better setup, so that pleases me. But it does kind of feel like another situation of like they need their side lanes to go really well. So if their side lanes go really well, I don't really care what happens mid, then I'll be a Pari Parni believer.
Okay. Well, Pari Parni be able to take game number 2 and thus force a game number 3, despite the lack of belief from my panel. Or outsiders take the 2-0 and continue their streak here. We're going to go to our wonderful casting pair. They might sound like a 2010 indie pop rock band, but they're actually the best casting pair we have here. It's Lyrical lizZard.
Is that what we are? The 2020 some whatever? I don't even know. Pop punk. I'm down. lizZard, the other half of the dynamic duo. What do you think of the drafts? The NP gets busted out finally.
It looks like a solid MP game overall, right?
Yeah.
Looks like it's good. They're going to lane it most likely into the Viper. It should do fine. They have a lot of global potential. You have Sunstrike, you have NP TPing, you have Dawnbreaker using her whatever the hell ulti is in Solar Guardian.
Solar Guardian.
Yeah.
Thanks for kind and nice words.
No problem. No problem, Munkushi.
One love, says Ramses. I don't know what that is.
It's a name before. They're just one love for Glebas. I think Glebas is maybe depressed kid. Maybe it's his name. Gleb.
Dude, I don't know. Are people memeing on him? Is he known for being toxic in pubs or something?
Well, he tipped Ramses, so.
Oh, okay, got it.
They tipped each other, so I think that there's some true love happening. No matter what you see in pubs, you know, these players. Like I've never seen anyone actually hate on a LAN.
Okay, yeah.
Damage.
Oh my God. Exposed. Pasha. Run away, little Pasha. They're coming to kill you. He's mega dead. So that's going to be a first blood. He's going to laugh all the way to the bank. Who do they give the kill to?
GPK is the one trying to catch it, but...
Get over here. You gonna... Oh my God. Ooh. He almost got away. That was scary. All right, GPK gives him the tip.
It was a nice try, though.
Yeah.
It was a nice try.
That's pretty good. And then moving back in, trying to get the bounty run in time, and they will. So Pari Parni still managed to get 2 of the 4.
2 of the 4, so we can still continue playing. No one has that incredible advantage by getting 1 extra bounty rune.
That's right, missing their time, and it's dangerous. I like what you mentioned about like on land people don't actually tend to freak out that much. I remember the classic one was the Bulba King Tekka one. Did you hear about that? They're like, I'm gonna kill you on land or something. There's like some very real anger and frustration going on. And then they got there and they're like fine with each other. So
can I just take that back? On international lands, there's none of that. But on Slav lands, there's definitely some aggression sometimes. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. Slavs do things differently, I feel like, right?
It's yeah. So it can get heated up a little bit.
Ooh, losing the courier. Amich able to pick that one up. Heaven almost got the camp not blocked with that dispose. That was a cool little move right there as Invoker getting very low mid lane. Is going Exort, so he's hoping to make use of the Sunstrikes.
Maybe if they get someone down low on the side lanes, it can be helpful. It's obviously helpful for securing the range creep, right, as well. So there's that. I think top lane should be better than it is. I'm wondering why is Viper just crushing them top. Like Nature Prophet doesn't. He has 2 CS now.
Yikes.
It's rough.
Yeah, that's really not good. I will mention mid. You're talking about those securing range creeps, but it's actually been so far 2 range creeps tonight. I don't know if GPK got the 3rd range creep right there, but he is a little bit ahead in terms of that XP as Immersion finds the kill on the Ramses. That's my bad. Sorry, I was keeping the camera away, but yeah, a quick and an easy blow up right there. The Lifestealer going down. Not often you see that.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I guess in that last game he was super careful as he's playing versus Lardar, and this game he's like, okay, I can probably sustain myself through this and gets punished. There's obviously there's what 2 stuns plus a slow from Scatterblast, slow from Starbreaker. It's a strong lane. You can definitely fall here.
Yeah. Has already had to use the rage 1 time. Immersion will get that last little hit there on the range creep with the Scatter Blast, much needed. Invoker starting to catch back up a little bit after the slightly disappointing start to his laning stage. Still 12-0 versus 16-4, and they're catching up a little bit now on NP also.
Yep. Are you a fan of NP core position 1?
I mean, I think it's pretty fun. I play a lot of turbo, so the NP is like my bane in that mode. It's just so freaking annoying. You just run at towers constantly, and I like heroes that make other people sad. So NP's good for that.
Mine kind of a person. I like you.
Exactly.
More things in common. Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm spamming turbo literally in the last month.
Really?
Yeah. I have some like ERL friends from elementary school that started playing again, so I'm just spamming turbo with them. But it's a nice way of getting to experiment with item builds, I would say, that you don't necessarily always get to. Because you always get level 30 in full slot, right? So.
Oh, it's so good. That's the best. And nobody cares, as they will go on in. Hakoda gets brought down. Nobody cares about positioning, so I just play my Darkseer and just back wall over and over again. It's great. As Ramsey's off to a good start here, double gauntlets, and he's going straight afterwards in for that armlet again. But what do you think about this? Outsiders, they've been going for this like safe lane in the off lane. Is that just because of the Dawnbreaker, do you think?
I think it's just mixing up the lanes, switching them up a little bit. I don't think that it was that important for Pari Parni. Like, Nature's Prophet would do fine on bottom lane or top lane.
Right.
But maybe this way it's a little bit better for both the Ramses and the Viper.
Oh, damage. Silence there.
Balanced, yeah.
Is going to run away, but they jump forward. Munkushi, they can't get in range for the rebound. They have it now and will bring it down that NP. So Marcy, again, just being the bane of the laning stage. So annoying to deal with.
This hero is a bit ridiculous. Like, a Prophet, like, when you think about versus a Viper, he's okay, right? Like, you can have a decent laning stage. But add Marcy to that equation and suddenly you can't you can't just block everyone with the treants and stay back and just bring them low with the 3 attacks. No, you can't, because she's going to rebound on you and you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I think is most interesting about the Marcy matchup, is that it's not so much like, her being crazy strong, but it feels like she does change a lot of the matchups from how they normally are. And things that you thought were fine, turns out they're really not.
Yeah, just too much mobility, right? With the rebound. Yeah. Also has a spell to displace you plus stun you at the same time. It's yeah, she's broken in the laning stage. So far, I'm yet to see a player that really makes use of her later on. Right. Makes a giant case for her. Oh, Disruptor.
Coda.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna get ran down there. Depressed kid getting online, able to pick it up. And it's Illusion Rune bottled for GPK while that was happening.
Yeah, he's also level 6, so Invoker has to be careful.
Yamich right there. Got him in his clutches. Ice wall down, wants to run away. No more jumps. No way out. Depressed kid living through the gank.
It's it's an Invoker mid lane, but he's not going for a Midas. He's going for Power Tris for his top lane. Skyrat.
Yeah, the rundown's there. DM gets him. What do you think the big difference is there with the treads then? I
Oh.
guess that's why he survived.
Exactly. If he didn't have treads, there's no way in hell he survives through all of that. It's a lot of HP, a lot of tankiness on him. Immersion rotating in. Can they kill GPK?
Dissimulate used. Needs to get a cookie there. And has an angle on it if they want to go. But I guess with the creep wave here, it makes it a little bit tougher. Yeah, GPK is trying to get some pressure on with the illusion rune in the area. And it's a wraparound from immersion. They gotta know he's missing, though.
100%. Plus, there is no Prophet, right? Nature's Prophet can always TP in. Have to be careful about that. Well, he can't because of the cooldown, but they don't know that.
Right.
And speaking of Nature's Prophet, he's been relegated to the jungle a bit too early. In my opinion, at least, this is something that you want to do as an NP, but you're level 4, and Viper is completely free farming now.
Yeah, Viper's getting everything that he wants. This is going to be a really good game from DM. Needs to just buy the bracer to have the full combo. Ramses is taking a lot of pressure down bottom. We'll go for the rage eventually, and Cookie forward thinks about going further.
Strike.
Oh! Well done, depressed kid. Knew where he was going.
Oh my god. Unlucky.
I mean, that's pretty big. Getting Invoker those types of kills is no small feat. Gonna be good for him.
Sticker of a guy's face on. Let's look at this fight, immersion.
Well, Solar Guardian afterwards, they got the silence. Stun is there, looking for more. GPK, nowhere to go.
He had the step,
okay.
but he had the step, but the cold snap was a bit too much for him. He couldn't really get in position.
So where's the sticker you're talking about?
It's right there on the mid lane. There's
yeah.
there's a guy's face. Look at that. I don't know which one is more ridiculous. They just cropped the dude's face and made it a sticker.
Do we know who that is? I have no
actually
idea.
don't. Yeah, no idea as well.
It's a good-looking fella. Oh, down bottom, Ramses. Do they want to go on him again? He's got the Midas queued up, but it feels like with the Ancient Seal, pretty easy setup for the gank. Cookie there, a little bit late. Sunstrike combo comes down in time. He jumps inside the image.
save.
The last second. Dude, Infest is, that was close.
I wonder, mid lane Mankushi misses with the Sprout. Hakoda is fine. What do you think? Could he have used Starbreaker without waiting for the cookie? Because for me, it felt like he could have.
Yeah, that's a good point, because it continues it after the cookie, doesn't it?
Like, at least, I think the Lifestealer was kind of stuck there. I'm not sure. Maybe there was not enough range. Walker mid lane?
Yeah, he's mega dead. They make the rotation with DM and bring 2 cores, he's going to die. Yeah, another a little bit of a mix-up. Pasha has not had the best of series so far. It's been a little bit rough for him, but regardless, ends up getting away on the Lifestealer. Did set up that kill on him earlier, and his path towards Midas has been slowed down a little bit, but finally about to complete it about 10 minutes here.
Still a pretty strong one. He already had a Helm of Iron Will, so he's able to farm, plus get the Midas completed. Nicely done by them overall on the side of Outsiders. They've completely mitigated this early game threat from the Nature's Prophet and the Sunstrike. And
So,
also,
I want to know what you think, though, about this. The Invoker, after going for the treads, picking up drums, and now going into the Witchblade. Obviously, one of the highest int gain heroes in the game. So that Witchblade's going to do a nice little chunk of damage for him.
yeah, there was a similar build without the drums, just the travels Witchblade right on Invoker, and you just move across the map. You try to make things happen. It was popular for a little while and then it fell off. I think it's solid. It's going to allow him to be active early on, but let's see, top lane, huge fight.
Jumps in, going for the kill, gets it. Static Storm afterwards, onto 2 with the jump through on the Void Spirit, and the Solar Guardian coming a bit too late. Pasha could get glimpsed back home if they want to go for that, but it looks like they're going to not make that play.
They could have just glimpsed him back completely, right, and stay on the lane.
Image there, trying to dodge Sunstrikes, has the heal coming in afterwards from the salve, and will run away.
So my only issue is if you're building Invoker in this way, I feel like you can't be just AFK this early on, right? Like you need to be making some plays together with your teammates, or better said, they should be doing them with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. And they have such a global-oriented team that it feels like they should be able to sort of play around him pretty easily. You know, you just send in the supports with the Invoker, and then, you know, you can get there with NP easily. You can get there with the Dawnbreaker easily once the Solar Guardian's back off cooldown. We'll see if they make those types of moves or not. It'll be interesting to watch what their gameplay looks like. But right now, at least, just AFK farming a bit.
It's something that I even came to expect when I see Nature's Prophet core position 1. It's just a farm fest, really.
Yeah.
You don't have to move a lot with that hero. You're basically in the jungle. You follow up anytime a teammate needs you in a gank or a push, and that's it. Stay in your own lane.
Look at this. They've done an interesting thing here on Outsiders. They're blocking the hard camp where they know that Pasha would want to farm. And while Pasha going to get jumped on here, pulled back into the Static Storm. And Damage is the one that ends up picking up that final touch for the kill. Another nice move and kill onto Pasha. And GPK now coming on into contest farming. He does use one of his Astral Steps and then gets away afterwards. Not wanting to stick around anymore.
Not the first time even that they've done this. So there is method to this madness of blocking the hard camp. They blocked that hard camp that you just mentioned, and they've invaded the triangle a couple of times now on Void Spirit and Viper. Killing off the hard camp, killing off the Ancient, and then just bailing.
Right.
Interesting approach. Like this is more of a macro thing. They've been doing that in the last game too, so... yeah, something different. Something different from the strategy perspective. Strategical perspective.
They smoked up on 3 here in the mid lane. Depressed Kid sitting with them. And you can tell they want to make something happen with that Static Storm down. It's only 20 more seconds. A DD rune as well. This is like prime time for Pari Parni to go on in and fight. They do pass by a ward, and now everything's revealed. That sneaky ward that's going to scout them moving up towards the top side of the map. And they give this up, I think, yeah.
You just go for the tower, right?
Yeah.
That's it. There's like, you don't go back, you just collapse on the tier 1. One nice thing for them is that Outsiders don't have nearly as good of a push potential as in that last game. So all these movements, even though they have been scouted, shouldn't be countered. You shouldn't be punished for it.
Showing up with a couple up top here and actually bringing in the rest of the Outsiders lineup. NP is up here as well, and Lifestealer can make a TP rotation if he wants, but this is a little bit interesting. Jumps in, GPK, silence is there, slow down afterwards. Hakoda runs into immersion, has to be careful about DM. They have Glimpse available and will find the kill on the Snapfire. So this rotation, it does bear fruit in that they take the tower, but lose the snap on the way out.
I'm not sure what makes them think they can go on GPK. He does have Eels as well. It's highly unlikely that they take him down.
Well, they kill off that creep wave that's coming in, and now Outsiders, they have to back out a little bit. Ankushi is just going to pressure mid a little bit more here. Now actually he's just going to go back to farming some more, so they're not even trying to take the mid next. Just playing it safe.
Yeah, I feel that he should be perhaps a bit more farmed at this point as a Nature's Prophet.
Right.
He's been, like on that top lane, they wasted a lot of time just hiding in the trees, maybe a minute or so. It's a ton of gold when you consider how fast an NP usually farms.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Like, he's at the top net worth slot pretty much, but usually you're like that much further ahead of everybody else. Ramses? Can they get him?
Maxed out silence, but how to get on top of him? Like, close enough. On the, you see they're pinging out the siege creep. Maybe there. Ah, the rage.
Oh my god, dude, he's so on top of it. Wow.
And this what he just...
Damage. Ooh, they got him. There's the Sentry Ward down, able to catch him. They also spot Hakoda up here. He's gonna get Hex. The meatball dropped down, and they will find him for the kill. So some nice moves, able to find some kills with the Sentry Ward in the area.
You just have to be so careful making any aggressive moves versus this bro squad on the side of Pari Parni. Like, they all have each other's backs. Like, Sunstrike, Solar Guardian, Nature Prophet TPing in. You can't just walk into their side of the map.
No,
they're always together, always 5.
Well, now gonna pressure mid-tier 1 and Depressed Kid. I mean, he's hitting pretty hard. With the creep wave dead, he will back out. Double lift up there and moving right in front to tank the gank. The image now gets silenced afterwards. Oh, really well done. Heaven coming on in for the save. Solar Guardian afterwards. TP out from the Invoker. And that does probably mean that Pasha gets out as well. I don't know if GPK goes for this all the way. Maybe. Mersion has a cookie available, wants to get him away. The TP coming in from Munkushi, almost finding the finish on a GPK Sunstrike afterwards. DM down low, almost goes down to the tree and gets away. Oh my god. Unreal. And GPK ends up with 2 kills off the back of it.
Like, and all of that started with a really nice play from Skyrat. You called it. He ate that Age Remnant, like, made the Invoker survive. Unfortunately, Glimpse was stronger. Oh, there's the silence.
Armlet toggles, not going to be enough.
Yeah. Nice attempt.
This guy is getting a lot done with those silences.
Yeah, he maxed it out. He knew exactly why. He needs to make use of it until they get a couple of these. Before they get a couple of these really big items, right? The BKBs, the Mantas. BKB already completed on Viper. There's Yules on Void. And Manta is... Well, he doesn't even have Yasha ready on Lifestealer, so... He's the prime target, really.
Right. Yeah, getting the supports to will also be really valuable. Since Hakoda at the moment at least is just rushing an Aghanim Scepter. Does already have one component of it if he wants to finish it.
Just needs that Philly Stone.
There it is. They don't have all their tier 2s yet on Outsiders, but Pari Parni do have theirs, and Skyrat's been sitting on the Philly for a little bit here.
Yeah. What's he buying? There's a Glimmer Cape for him, Force Staff, for the Snapfire, so just the standard. Force Staff, by the way, grew in popularity lately. Have you noticed? Like, the last couple of months, Force Staffs have definitely been picked up a bit more.
Yeah, not sure what exactly it is. Yamich is going to go down there, but definitely liking the value you get out of it. Maybe, like, sort of, you can't rely upon BKB as much. Using that instead of having to have a BKB charge wasted.
Bottom lane, they're trying to set up the same thing on Ramses again, but yeah, it's very difficult. Like, the way he's farming, I don't know, we don't talk about this, but the way he farmed that creep camp, creep wave on the bottom lane, he was always keeping himself to the right, to the trees, like never really being even close to the range of that silence.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah. It makes, because he doesn't even know where Skyrat is, yet he's always careful enough to... mindful about that, right? So he doesn't get caught. It gets a bit more difficult when Sky gets a Glimmer, but hopefully he'll have a Manta completed by then.
Ooh, and look at this. Hakoda's actually swapped up instead of going in for the Aghanim Scepter and has a Blink Dagger. So now going to make some gank trains going with GPK, and that'll make some more room for Lifestealer to try and farm up on the other side. Runs into one, will get caught, silence, dead. Can they find the pick-off afterwards, though? Doesn't look like it. GPK, quick jump away.
He also has that Aghanims completed on the Void Spirit, so he's definitely hitting his timings.
That's very scary. It's DD too. Just makes heroes evaporate.
One big thing that can happen for Pari Parni is this level 20 on Nature's Prophets, right? With Sprout Leashes. It makes GPK's life pretty much hell. Well, everyone's. So it should be a a bit of a time to get there. He's only level 15 for now.
I can't believe they didn't change that talent. That's wild to me.
It's I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of work that talent does. It's there are some level 20 talents that are just completely busted. But bottom lane, Kushi
Goes in to press kids off to the side. Invis walks on forward, finds Yamich, and tries to get away. Does go for the Sunstrike, doesn't even need it. Was looking for a rebound kill.
Yeah, he went in and he wanted to throw him towards the Viper, but I think he couldn't turn because of the trees. Because of the Sprout, he couldn't really make that angle. So Mukushi just gets... I don't know if they would be able to kill him even if he threw him in Viper, as he has that BKB. But it would be close.
This was a smoke up top, and GPK goes on in. Silence is there, control for the moment, but the rotation in the area does still have Yule Scepter and Invis available. Can they kill him afterwards? Cookie, the combo came out in time. The reaction a bit too slow for that Astral Step, and now mid, trying to keep the press kid alive. Good stun. And now the disarm, the silence, Ramses infest into the creep. That's not getting you away, sir. Pops the Manta, tries to get out of there, but Tornado to secure the last hit. Depressed kid on a roll.
On a roll, and through this whole time, Pasha never uses his BKB. That's also very surprising to me. Like, on the top lane, he gets dropped to 50%, never uses it, then goes mid, same. How do you feel about these Eastern EU teams just completely neglecting the Aghanims Dawnbreaker?
I mean, it's it's interesting because it's also two different players. Like maybe there's like this, you know, somebody on their team is like, this is the way that you need to play it or something. But it's definitely, I mean, it feels like it's more utility almost. Because I think, can't you do the thing where you do Starbreaker and then you blink with it? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, it is, but he's going for Death Zone next. He's going for Death Zone next, that's my point. Like, you can go for a Blink BKB, sure, but not going for Aghanims afterwards is kind of not utilizing what's, in my opinion, the strongest part of this hero. I can understand in the last game you were position 1, so you want to get that extra damage and whatnot, sure, it helps, but you're an offlane here.
Even not getting the shard to me is a little bit surprising. You know, like how valuable that is to make sure that you've got the free movement with it. But I mean, they're seeing something that they like about this death. So I will say that like the extra luminosity crit, how much damage this does, 250%, or is it just 200%? Or regardless, it is so much right click damage done in a big AoE. So, I mean, there's value to it, definitely. I guess that they're just not as worried about the right clicks coming out yet. And I guess also the sort of value of it goes up as the game goes later, right? That's something else to be concerned with. Right now, it's like just a lot of magic damage that's coming out, I guess.
That's true. It's 250, by the way. You were correct with the talent, right? The level 15 talent.
Oh, okay.
He gets the 250, but yeah, we'll see. I'd still like the Aghanims. Like in the Chinese region that I'm doing the most, right? Like casting the most and have been for the longest time. It's always Aghanims. Position 1 Aghanims, position 5 Aghanims, position 3 Aghanims. No matter where you're going, and that Dawnbreaker needs to bring Aghs.
Yeah.
As the amount of heal is just stupid strong.
That's pretty cool. I like the Aghs a lot. I like that one, and then occasionally throw a Holy Locket on there. You know, makes it really like impossible for somebody to die. But at least for now, we're seeing a little bit of a change up from what we've become accustomed to. And I mean, you know, this is the thing, right? Like the different regions, they're gonna have different feels on it. As Depressed Kid gets the mid tower with Forged Spirits, Outsiders were right next to it. Could have gotten the deny on it, but did not manage to right click it in time.
And good old cast Forged Spirit, use Electricity on it, let it destroy the whole map. Sure, why not? Yeah. He did the same thing on top lane. They were forced to deny because of the Forged Spirits, so taking some towers without committing.
What do you think about like a talent that gives you like 2 extra Forged Spirits? Would that be broken?
On what level?
I don't know. Like
I think
maybe 15.
It would 100% be broken. It would give it would give Invoker a usable talent.
Okay,
Something
gotcha.
to take.
Almost gets the kill there onto NP. Gonna TP home and be ready to jump back into the fight here, but they are not going to go for it. Depressed Kid trying to hunt. If he goes over too far into the right-hand side of this could get really deadly. They have a sentry ward down. Spotting a couple. Depressed Kid walks into sentry range. GPK is going to see him here. Immediately gets on top of him with the silence. Down low, rebound, but the big old ulti drops down, and now Solar Guardian onto both of them. Silence there, but dispose again, keeping him alive. Sunstrike, it's not enough. Ramses, in the meantime, comes on in and plays bully on the front line. Depressed Kid wants to get away, but they're all under wards. This vision laid down, it's just gonna wreck him. Mankushi tries to TP out. Will he manage to escape? No. And Invis TP away. They manage to stop it from Invoker as well. As he drops, dude, that ward, that sentry, everything.
It was truly everything of that fight. Really well placed by Outsiders. They read Pari Parni what they're going to do to the T. That was just incredibly done. Hakoda obviously with the Blink Dagger jumping in, Kinetic Field, Static Storm on 4. BKBs do counter it, but it doesn't matter. They were just so well positioned in the end. I have to ask you one thing.
Tell me.
Orchid, Nature's Prophet,
Yeah.
as this third item 26 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yay or nay?
It's a little dubious. It's a little dubious. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at that when he was building it too. I mean, I guess that it's like, it's more of a damage item than it used to be, kind of ish. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
It truly is. It's a different build-up, right? And the Nature's Prophet, it does give you some nice things. The build-up is nice, but like all these heroes, they already have their ways of dealing with the silence, multiple ways even. So
It's a strange one. I'm wondering if it's more like about the Mage Slayer potentially, like that component of it building into the Bloodthorn afterwards. But if that's the case, then why not just build Mage Slayer and then go Bloodthorn afterwards? Yeah, I'm not sure. It feels a little bit funky to me too. I wouldn't have minded like an AC or something. That would have been sick.
exactly. Or if you're going for that Orchid, sure. But if you're buying it early on, instantly after Maelstrom, perhaps.
DM? Nah, they TP out after the BKB. Oh no! He didn't get away! He didn't BKB!
It was the Starbreaker, right? So
Oh.
they got him.
Pasha, what's going on, buddy? That is a rough one. And oh man, is this gonna happen again for Pari Parni? They're looking so good throughout the game, and now it's all turned on its head the last couple of minutes off the back of that fight up top. Like they were really far ahead at that point.
I just feel that Outsiders draft might be a bit, not a bit, I would say way easier to execute this time around. Yeah. The first game, okay, it wasn't that simple, they made it work. The second one, it doesn't feel as hard for the Lifestealer. How far is Prophet from level 20? Almost has it. Maybe that will change things.
There you go. Yeah, he's got that now. So he's gonna go the mischance, right? Maybe not. I mean, to be fair though, oh no, dude, this same ward, come on. Oh, that's unfortunate. They know now. They're gonna know. Wait, they dropped a sentry down already. Wait, what?
They destroyed. There was another one, but it got destroyed, I believe, right?
Right, but Radiant just they dropped a sentry down earlier. And I guess it didn't see the ward up there?
Did they try to deward it? I guess
they did. I think they warded on
the left, yeah.
Yeah, they put it on the left and it didn't see. Oh man, that hurts. And Pasha now will get a kill onto Disruptor. That was the BKB charge used though, so maybe another window here for Outsiders to hit some things.
Like if you check Dawnbreaker and the fact that he's going for Hex, my question instantly is, why not get the Hex straight up on the Prophet, right? And
yeah,
instead of the Orchid, maybe it would solve some of your problems. Perhaps it would be easier to kill the Lifestealer, but we'll see. mid lane.
BKB depressed kid TP's out up top, and they're thinking about going in on mid. Blinks. Ooh, immersion gets caught. That Aether lens, dude. That range from Marcy is so crazy. Yeah, I guess the thing that you're talking about there is like sort of pretty indicative of maybe a bit of our issue with the Prophet thing. Is it's more like there's two different ideas of the things that the team needs. Where like, you know, Dawnbreaker's like, I need this Hex, and the NP's like, well, it's gonna be the silence that helps us. But regardless, GPK is about to run on in there and blow everybody up. Does have that Yule Scepter. Eventually pops it on the other side.
Bash.
They find Mokushi looking for it. Doesn't even need the bash. The sidekick damage is more than enough. Hakoda does die to depressed kid. Able to get a quick pick off there.
Yeah, but it's only Hakoda, right? Like he's this position 5 disruptor, happy to die at any given point. Meanwhile, Pari Parni, they're losing some pretty important targets.
For more.
It's all on Yamich, by the way. Can I just say, I've been asking for a good mid-game to late-game performance of Marcy, and it's been pretty strong so far from Yamich.
Yeah. Yeah, he has looked very, very good. I think this Aether Lens Blink is a really cool way to play with this hero. And playing together with Lifestealer also feels very good. Wants to jump in, finds one, but the silence there afterwards, no dispel. Take down the tower, immersion, TP'd in. And Outsiders looking, hunting, not finding.
Nice 2 4 staffs right there. They pretty much made a path that got him out.
Yeah. Sunstrike checking for Roche. 10 seconds. Very quick respawn on this one. And if they go check again, it doesn't look like they're going to. That would have been a pretty nice move for them, but a smoke on smoke action now. DM being the bait a little bit. Silence there right at the start. Static Storm afterwards, forcing out the BKB. Pasha turns onto Yamich. They completely destroy the snap, and they kill everybody. They're just all done.
They're just way too strong at this point. They're only 6k ahead. That's how it looks like. But the way they itemized complements every single hero so much, they have everything that they need. Meanwhile, on the side of Pari Parni, I feel like we're not in the same position. They're kind of struggling to get these 2 hexes, one on Invoker, the other on Dawnbreaker. Has it queued up, but it's kind of just fixing this very big issue that your whole team has got. You have no real ways of controlling any of these heroes on fights.
Yeah. And I mean, they're going to get this Aegis now along with the Shard. And I mean, now you not only do you not have like the first initiation of control, but like you have to kill this Lifestealer twice. Game feels ridiculously difficult right now. Did get the Shard onto the Viper. So the poison attack upgrade, and I mean, you've got one component of the Hex for Invoker. He's got it on his courier. Probably going to send back the full completed one in just a minute here once he gets the gold for it. And where are they going? Bushi, he's rooted. Solar Guardian afterwards will get stunned. The full combo's out, and he's dead. Is this the fight they've been waiting for finally? Go turns onto one now. BKB afterwards, got to get out of there, but they will take down the Sky. And with the Press Kid going down too, I mean, even when it feels good, it's not great.
Yeah, because they killed the Press Kid as he was trying to connect. He was getting out of the base, trying to get to Nature's Prophet. Sadly, got cut off instantly. Okay, you can see the build from Prophet actually working there versus the Void Spirit. There's just so many routes. You have the Sprout, then you have the Gleipnir after the Yules, you have the Bloodthorn as well to follow up, so nicely done to kill off the Void Spirit and prevent them from just going high ground at this point.
Yeah. And going into AC next. I mean, if they get to these items, that is going to be a really good window for them. The other thing is that the levels will probably start catching up pretty quickly, and they need it to. Ramsey's just got that 25, so the extra rage duration. 7.5 duration on rage. Better than a BKB. It's kind of wild.
And some movement speed bonus.
Right.
And lower cooldown, obviously. Yeah.
And in the meantime, Disruptor also now with the Blink Force does give him another way to save people against that Prophet Leash, which will be nice.
Yeah, just as these different sorts of control are being more popular, Force Staffs are just coming back into the game. I love it. I would talk about Force Staffs. I think this is one of the best items in the game. Like, it's so simple, yet makes the game... like the skill ceiling just becomes so much higher.
They spot this. Yamich comes out the other side. Glimmer Cape trying to run, but they find him. And so Sky's going to get picked off. They were trying to set up a trap bottom, but instead they're the ones that get caught. And the 9k gold lead now starting to be bigger and bigger. Hakoda does have control over Depressed Kid, but with the BKB being held, he's going to feel comfortable with this. Glimpse back in afterwards. Yeah, and that does it.
Like you said. On top of that, BKB he also does have that hex completed. So with the Sight of Ice, perhaps they can take an easier fight. Void Spirit does not have any ways of dealing with that. Maybe if you can hex him up first, isolate him, the fight should be much simpler for you.
Right. Yeah, it does feel like this Marcy though can you know, make some pretty solid plays. Another way to take somebody out of the Sprout, actually. Cookie? No follow-up, though. Building already dead. Tornado going to be interrupted there as Ramses just beats away at these buildings and doesn't even need to really be that concerned. Goes back inside of DM, and now they can walk down bottom. And they might just do it again.
He's got a blink, by the way. Okay, yeah, they just walk. Never mind. I thought that maybe with Infest he'll block him. But what's up with Outsiders having these like objective takers that do it in seconds, like demolishers?
GPK? Stack, stun, Force Staff, double Force Staff, now in trouble. Scatter Blast afterwards is enough to get the kill. Static Storm down, they will kill off the Snap, doesn't have buyback. Ramses silenced, but still fine. Munkushi gonna pop the BKB, turn to fight, punching away at DM. They TP out with Ramses, so I don't want any more part of it. And then they managed to take him down also, but that's 2 lanes of racks, and Ramses, he's just out. Wait, Glimpse? What the hell? Where was he?
He was trying to get the Disruptor, I guess.
I see.
It was a nice attempt. Yeah, they lost 2 sides, like you said. One positive, perhaps silver lining for Pari Parni is Nature's Prophet is generally a good thing, a good hero to have, even when you're 2 sides down, as he can always TP across the map and out-push lanes very easily with the treants. So the map control should still be alright for them, but it ain't looking great.
No, it's a bit of a rough one. I thought there was a second where Munkushi maybe could have sprouted the Lifestealer as he was TPing away with the BKB, but didn't get a chance to do it, and so Ramses able to get out of that one. That would have been huge if they could have caught Ramses there. I mean, it would have taken a while to kill him, but would have been everything they needed.
One thing that also has to be said is they made that defense on the back of a high ground vision, right? Like, they have perfect vision, they know who to go on, they know who to hex. They
found GPK.
Yeah, and it's 10 times harder when you don't even see him. They do now, though. They know he's mid.
Rooted? Oh my god. GPK, Yule Scepter, but the follow-up afterwards, the combo. My man, what you doing? Depressed Kid, he gets the BKB off. The jump forward. Oh, Outsiders, they might be throwing a little bit. They might be throwing a little bit there. The Ramses chase down looking for the finish. They won't get him. But that is 3 dead and a buyback on the Disruptor.
Gem on the ground, do they see it? For now, they don't. It's masked by the Ice Bat.
Are they going to try and pressure? I mean, there's no GPK for a minute. Okay, moving forward, starting to beat down these buildings, and Munkushi, the one that's right in the front. Without Marcy, it's hard to get in on top of him, although they do have Abyssal Blade. Force Staff, fine. Ramses, still long duration on Rage. He's able to get out afterwards.
Yeah, that's just buying time. Every time he has rage, he's going to run in and save them a couple of seconds.
But buildings dropping. They do have another creep wave coming in, and these creeps making a lot happen. Monkushi, BKB, 4-staff out, trying to survive. They have the Glimmer KB image right on top of them afterwards. The jump forward, the finish. Ramsey's now trying to get out. A little bit of a misclick on this one. Disarm, stun. Do they have enough? A couple more hits is all they need. He's trying to walk away, but they get him. That's a buyback afterwards. Cookie onto DM, now looking for more. With the buyback on NP, there's an opportunity here. I think they got to back and defend their base first.
I just wonder, did they have to buy back on the NP?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I guess it forces out Ramses to buy back as well. I'm not sure. If they just disengaged, you took a side, you disengage, you're good to go afterwards, right? Like, you can fight around that pit, but this makes it a bit more even, perhaps. I have $1 million question.
Okay.
What is BKB?
Yeah, it's not a thing that that GPK wants, apparently.
Yeah, it like Dagon level 5, but no BKB. Okay, bro.
Yeah. it's a little rough. I don't know. I mean, it literally, like, the last 2 fights have all been like GP. Oh, he's got fantasy points. Okay, that's fair. That's what you need. No BKB needed for fantasy points. But it's definitely been one of those dynamics that, like, if he doesn't die at the start of both of those previous fights, everything's fine. They win the game. The game is over. You know, we're doing the post game right now. But instead, you look at the graph over the last couple of minutes. 95% win probability up to now 63. There's been some dubious things happening, lizZard.
Yeah, it's 100% like you called it. Every now and then, every core player needs to be reminded how the significance of a BKB, right?
Yeah.
Like, every now and then you feel yourself a little bit too strong. You go in, you're crushing. You're doing so fine. You go for that Dagon 5 instead of BKB. It happens. It happens. And then you throw the game.
I don't even know if he's used the Dagon yet. I don't think I remember seeing it. We're going to have to look at how much damage it's done throughout the course of this game. We'll keep track of how many we've seen so far.
I agree 100%. I maybe he used it once or twice. I didn't really notice. So it's there for show, you know. It's the ultimate BM.
I like it. It's fair. PM for his own team. Well, I would imagine that they're going to be able to keep pretty close eyes onto Roche. Probably should send a Tran into it. And 13 seconds! Dude, they got to stay in this pit. This is it. Marcy's going to be down for another 30 after Roche respawns. Oh, can they go for it, though? It's kind of scary.
I think this is a good opportunity for them, right? Like, you have to take any gifts.
Dude, where are the Trants? Put them in the pit. Gout Roche, please. Oh, man. Well, I think that they're going to miss it now, actually. Yeah, Marcy will be back up by the time it happens, so they won't be able to claim a quick Roche. And in fact, it's Outsiders that get the vision down in their jungle.
Okay. Like, usually you want to keep at least one hero inside. Maybe they were worried that someone might get jumped.
Right.
If he's in the pit, but they definitely miss a huge opportunity. Did Marcy have... No, buyback was on cooldown on Marcy, so...
Yeah. The buyback status right now across the board, it's only Radiant that has it. No Dire heroes have buyback. And the other thing is this, you know, Pari Parni draft, they've got crazy global potential. Oh my God, are they going to get Roche instead? Dude, what is happening? What is happening? How has this happened? They're going to get it. They're here too late. Oh man. Pari Parni, what have you done? Refresher orb, or shard rather, given over. And they got to be kicking themselves after that.
I'm not, like, I don't even know what went through their heads. Like, at this point in the game, on this level, you know when Roche will respawn, but and they had the strength to defend it or even take it. But
yeah,
They just went low ground. I guess they went to the bottom lane. They have Force Spirits plus level 25 talent, 2.5x damage on a Nature's Call. So I guess they were too obsessed by taking objectives, but
Right.
it's a lame excuse, really. I don't have one. That's good.
All right, that's fair. I mean, it happens sometimes. You know, we're getting to the late game. There's a couple pauses. You miss that sort of global count in your head of what the timing is like. They are going to scout out that there is a ward up there now. And now the fight became significantly harder because you have to kill Lifestealer twice. Also, GPK will have that refresher shard for himself. So double round of not BKB. Very scary. We'll see if he can make other things happen with it.
Does he have it, by the way, completed? He actually has Aeon Disc completed.
Okay.
So there's
something
that.
else.
Yeah. Definitely helps.
To be fair, it's been a lot of 0 to, or like 100 to 0 coming out from him.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. At this point, if they catch him, he's dead. It's not like the BKB would have helped earlier, but it doesn't help any longer. They have a Hex on Invoker, and Dawnbreaker is getting really damn close to the Hex. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is going to be another one of those really nice timings. Levels-wise, is there any other ones that are hitting 25 soon? Void Spirit got the Assimilate Stun, and Invoker is also getting close to 25, where he's finally going to get another one of those talents. What do you think? Radial Deafening Blast or the Quas Wex Exort passive effects? Do you have a favorite?
Really. Is it the 3x? Like, I'm not even sure.
Yeah. 3x, I feel like he's gone a very right-clicky build, so that one might be worthwhile. Gets a bunch of damage. But for now, at least, they're just pushing out all the side lanes, trying to wait out this Aegis, it looks like.
Yeah, there's going to be a Satanic completed, most likely on Prophet, so...
GPK?
He has that Aeon Disc, but they don't proc it.
Yeah, running away afterwards. Tornado. Oh, God. I've been getting out of there. Can they proc it with the Forge Spirits? Oh, no. I won't be able to get it in time. I do love to see when Invokers will proc Aeon Discs with like a Sunstrike or something. That's always really nifty.
He can still do it, right? Like, they should be thinking about that at least. It helps them so much. I wonder if they noticed it. I think they did.
Yeah.
They have. Also interesting that GPK just combined it. He didn't keep any of the pieces locked. He just combined it instantly.
Right. Also going for a Wind Waker, so he's going to be able to help his teams if things get a little bit tough. Drops the Sunstrike to kill a couple of those creeps. There is another round of them coming in afterwards, though, and we'll have another pause. So we're getting later and later into the game here, and I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if after that, like, Roche take, if that opens up like this other really strong window now. It feels like the last couple of minutes have been definitely beneficial for Outsiders.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for Outsiders, the game became so much easier after Roche. It's not only the Aegis, right? Like, you also have that Aeon Disc on GPK, so...
Right. Well, 1 minute left on the Aegis. They're going to Hex. They're going to drop the meatballs down. Dispose a little bit of a weird one, and Ramses forced to pop the Rage. He has a good duration of that left now. Can maybe go for some type of a Sunstrike or something if they want, but they claim the tier 3 tower. And in the meantime, Kushi pushes out bottom. They have the trance there as well. They're going to have to send GPK back. So GPK shows up top. And Pari, do they chase out afterwards? There is a ward here, which scouts Ramses and Yemich. But the hunt, it's going to take too long for them to get there.
You need to go back. The moment you see the Void Spirit back, you need to do the same. He doesn't have travels or anything like that. Can't really connect to you, so you know you'll be playing 4v5.
Right.
It's also difficult for Pari Parni to make a move, as they're two sides down. They need to de-ward the triangle, or think about de-warding it at least.
The triple meatball right there. That's a terrifying sight. He's going for a refresher next. Okay. That's pretty cool.
ton of damage and a ton of control coming from him. 2 BKBs, 2 Hex.
Yeah. All right, we're back under it. The Armageddon raining down upon our creeps as Viper runs away. Does look like a scene out of a movie there a little bit, doesn't it?
It's a good shot. Like you can zoom slowly into the meteors.
Have you ever done a Dota in VR before?
I'll never know.
I got to do it. They had like a setup for it at one event, and it's pretty weird. The trees are very tall when you're in the game. They're like way taller than you think they are. Look at that. Those things are huge. So very, very scary looking inside the Dota world.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like when you're looking at them from above, like bird's perspective, they don't look as scary.
Yeah.
Doesn't look as bad. What did you play? Like you were in VR, so who were
I was
you?
just watching a game. So I wasn't actually a person, but I was just like, it was like you could see from the other stuff where it all was.
Who would you be if you could control a hero?
Oh, you mean like in real life or in the Dota world?
In Dota, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I want to be somebody cool. I want to be Darkseer. All right, that's a boring answer. Whatever. That's how I feel. How about you? Do you have one?
Axe.
Nice. I was gonna say Axe. You're
Come
Mr.
on,
Workout
man.
Man.
It's 100% Axe. I'd have an excuse for wearing only a leaf.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Yeah, as opposed to just doing it in public like you naturally do. Is that? No. Okay.
Never.
Depreska did go for the Exort explosion of damage, all the little extra bits of it. Hex down. Oh, Sunstrike, Cold Snap, and Disproc get away. Do they go for more? Round
Hex.
2. Hex, they got him. Oh, GPK, how do you keep getting caught? What's going on, man? Pasha gets the gem. Solar Guardian away. Solar Guardian's so close, but his team was just right there.
There's a couple of things there, right, that happened. First, that Aeon Disc being procced because it's not locked. Then also you have Pasha, who doesn't only have Hex completed, he has that 25 talent with double Star Breaker. That's double the stun, double the BKB duration, spell immunity duration that is. So, like they're. I thought that Outsiders had full control on the game, but even with the Aegis, it's looking rough, bro.
Yeah. And again, like a long window here where things could get really spicy. Granted, I guess it probably isn't going to matter because Pari Parni are going to wait for Roche, but they'll at least have great vision over this area. And they did take out that gem. They don't have another one, I don't think, on Outsiders. So this is another one of those moments where vision has become so important, how these fights start, and maintaining vision control over the next few minutes is going to be probably the key to Pari Parni's success if they can find success.
Yeah, they push the side. Okay, I have one. You're a support player as well, right? Like you play some support.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
So if your core doesn't buy a BKB or Lincolns and he needs it,
yeah.
Do you get it for him, or are you the kind of a player that Hakoda is? You're like, screw you, man. I'm buying my axe, and if you don't care about your life, I don't care as well.
No, I would probably do the Lincoln Spy personally, but then again, like I guess part of it too is like that you sort of. I would imagine in a pro team, there's like, trust me, I got this, guys. Trust me, I got it. And like you have to trust that they're gonna do well. It's just been a little bit of a rough game for GPK.
There's not a lot of trust in Dota.
Okay. Fair enough.
He's gonna get some hate after the game for sure about the Taken 5.
Yemich actually did have enough gold, and their gem buying was off cooldown, so they do have another one now, which will be really helpful. And another quick Roche. Okay, they are. Oh god, they just left it. They just sent a train away, dude. He has them all bound under one command. Oh my god, he has them all bound under one command, and they sent it out of the pit.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Oh,
it hurts,
dude. Dude, not again. Not like this. Yemich, He's there. Ooh! Depressed kid. Dude, he gets out. Now they see that Roche is up. There's the cookie forward rather than exposed.
He has my back.
Okay. Wait, Refresher popped. He meant to push BKB. Oh, things are getting a little bit spicy here towards the end. Press Kid lifted up, has BKB when he lands, but no! They got him under control and he's dead. Does have buyback. Oh, and Skyrat's dead also.
Prophet?
Oh my
Nature's
god.
Prophet?
He's also in some trouble. Do they have the bash? They get it. The Abyssal Blade is there. What an absolute collapse of the last couple of minutes. Oh, man.
Yay. What the hell, my friends? What happened? Oh no. They're even laughing. They just can't.
Dude.
Sometimes Dota is like this, yes.
This is maximum spaghetti moment. Just like all over the floor.
You know, shit happens.
It's true. It's true.
What can you do?
And I mean, this is the thing too, right? Is that it's like when the pressure is all on, it's in these moments, you have to be like absolutely perfect. And the players, they've been playing fabulously all game, but then just like crazy stuff happens and falls apart.
I just make one mistake like that. And it was so good from the pressed kid. He even blinked out of a reveal of the Aghanim Scepter and Disruptor. Like Disruptor, basically he sold his boots to have Axe for that Rosh fight. And Invoker still manages to get away from the ulti. And then just pops Refresher for no reason. Yeah.
Oof.
Yep.
All right, Hakoda's back behind, has that Ags as you were talking about, where we're seeing if Pasha was going to go for maybe a quick try and hit the Aeon disc on GPK, but doesn't go for it. Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. It feels like every time outsiders get the Aegis, they like lose the battle afterwards. But I guess this time there's only 2 more racks to take, and I have a feeling that they're trying to set up for that here now. Most likely, yeah, they're gonna start going and pressuring up top.
Yeah, on both sides, really. On bottom lane as well, you can see Pari Parni trying to split push as much as possible. Push that lane in, because if they do have one wave pushed in, it's so easy for a Prophet to go for the other side as well.
Yeah.
It's just that outsiders, they're just gonna roll straight in, right? Like,
oh yeah,
that should be the plan.
Well, they're trying to get and will have right now Refresher for Dawnbreaker. I thought actually, wait, only bought the recipe, didn't buy the full thing. So Pasha, I think, is going to run on over and buy it here.
Maybe saving for the buyback as well. Let's see, maybe he just buys it here. Yep. Nope.
Oh, nope. Sunstrike, looking, finding. They got Marcy. The bash! Oh, they hit it! The stun! Didn't get rage off, didn't get anything. As soon as they get the Aegis, that's their downfall. TM, though, doing a ton of damage there to the side. Solar Guardian afterwards. Maguchi trying to back away. The Sprout to get out of there, and they don't manage to find the cooldown. The beatdown. Pasha will die. I think.
Oh, will he?
What?
Will he?
What?
They forgot
He gets
about
away.
him.
Oh,
Never mind.
there's Dispose. They'll find him. But no Invoker. 100 seconds. Used his buyback already.
Yeah, Monkushi, he TP'd bottom. He doesn't have a TP.
Wait, he doesn't have that 25 either.
He doesn't have that 25, so he's stuck for a second more.
He's going to come back in a moment here.
Oh.
And in the meantime, I mean, this is, at this point, mega creeps. They have to hold off. They've got to defend against this. GPK walks forward, finds the Snapfire. Now, Skywrath going in for the full combo, but Snap is dead. That's no buyback for her either. On the backside, Hakoda barely able to get away from Pasha. Pasha is going to get brought down too. Dead for 2 minutes, and again, we have a situation where things looked good for Pari Parni, but in the end, outsiders are going to take it. GG. What a wild last couple of minutes.
I don't know what happened there to Depressed Kid and Monkushi around the Rosh. Just a couple of mistakes, really, right? It happens. That's it. Like, even on this level, you have a perfect game. You're doing well. It wasn't perfect. It was thrown really by no BKB gaming on one side, but uh, it was in control of Pari Parni at one
Oh
point.
my god. Wait a minute. He did 275 damage with the Dagon.
Nice, nice.
He used the Dagon one time. That is the
Nice.
worst gold to damage
No,
ratio
no.
I
That's
have
the true
ever
investment.
seen.
That's the true investment into Dagon 5. That's how it always looks, or should look. It's for the style points, nothing more.
Okay. All right, I gotcha. You gave him, yeah, that was the handicap that they gave him. 275. Yikes. Man, wild.
Yeah.
Whew.
It all came down to that one rush fight, right?
Yeah.
It failed the double refresher. Also, it came down to them not scouting rush, the first rush and the next one. Yikes.
Yeah, that the like the treant not having vision in there, or forged spirits, or because that's the thing, is you can't even necessarily put it all on one person. It was like, it was collectively all of them didn't have that, like, you know, in their head that they needed to keep it on there. But it was wild. Man, any final thoughts before we head to a quick break?
Outsiders definitely showing a little bit of class here versus Pari Parni, outskilling them. Yeah, they were a little bit throwy in the end, but it didn't matter because they still found a way to come back into it. Perhaps the heroes on the side of Pari Parni aren't necessarily the heroes they practice the most. Mr. Prophet, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I was really happy to cast with you once again, and Eastern Europe never fails, man. This is some madness. I loved it.
EU Dota is always the best with player casting as well. But that's gonna do it for us here. We're gonna head to a quick break. We get back, that panel is gonna break down all the action. I'm looking for some clear reasons why all the things that happened. Who knows if that's actually gonna happen or not? Because that game was insane. But for now, a quick break, and we'll be back. See y'all then.
Hello guys, and welcome back. We just witnessed the first series of the day. Pari Parni unable to get that win against Outsiders. A little bit of spaghetti towards the end. What kind of happened there, Trent? I know you were having an aneurysm there, and then our private
That was
chat.
fun. We were having a grand
Yeah.
old time chatting about that game. Sometimes the analysts on the panel during the game, it's pretty quiet because like things go as expected, and so like you're like thinking about like, oh, what am I gonna talk about this game? It's like, yeah, they had a really good laning stage, and it was really cool how they like counterpicked that, and everyone's like, yeah, it's like, oh well, I'll probably talk about this. Meanwhile, RTS just like faces rolling over keyboards, like, what happened? Why did he press that? What? Who? What's this Dagon
Why
doing?
the Dagon? 274 damage the entire game. Oh,
Yeah.
look out for Trent's Twitter, because he is going to find the one clip where he used it.
That's right. It was fire. I don't know. I was doing some quick math actually, where I was adding up the value of his Aeon Disc and his Dagon 5 and his Wind Waker, and if instead of those items, you could buy 4.3271604938271 BKBs, which
Wow.
you know,
What
that's
precision.
like 4 and a little BKBs. maybe next time.
It's unfortunate you can't sell it and get the cooldown back anymore. You know, so that's the nerf to the BKB though. Of course, makes the item useless. We've seen a lot of teams
if they're
shying
gonna
away from it.
misclick, right? If you're gonna misclick your items, you just fill more of your item slots with BKBs.
That's
Right.
right. Like they weren't even using BKB first and then refresher. They were just saying, you know what, it's not even worth popping. It's just like, oof. You saw what the players thought mid-game, right? Just XD in the old chat after the game-losing fight. So it was great. Eastern European Dota, fantastic and very fun to watch.
I mean, how do you feel at that moment where you like literally misclick your refresher as your first item? That must have felt terrible for the press kid.
I've never experienced that in my life. Flawless gameplay right here.
Oh
But,
yeah.
go ahead.
Make
Trent.
mistakes. So yeah. No, me, yeah, I've been there, but you know, you got to be like the duck, you know, water right off the back. You know, it just flows off. Let it go
just like
back
Febby.
into the lake.
Got it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Almost like, yes, I understand this Canadian idiom. Thank you.
Is that an actual idiom?
Water off the duck's back.
Because they're waterproof.
Wow.
The feathers are waterproof, so it's like
let it go.
What is it? Something glue. What runs off me sticks to you. That sort of thing.
So close.
Ducks.
Yeah.
Ducks are waterproof. They're like plastic bags.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
They
okay.
are plastic bags.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
plastic bags are made of in Canada. It's just concentrated duck.
Like how milk
That's-
comes in bags.
Yeah, those are duck bags. Unless you get
Okay,
the duck
Oh.
milk, that comes in a cow bag. But we won't get
True.
into that. Yeah.
Now I'm starting to understand why it's bad for the environment. Okay, well that was a very interesting discussion, guys. But I'd like to discuss with someone that's probably has a little bit more valuable insight here. We have an interview set up and ready with Yamich from Outsiders, and we have two wonderful analysts to ask Yamich whatever he wants. Yamich, hello, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, congrats on your victory. And my analysts are gonna ask you a couple of questions about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's.
Yamich, you were playing the Marcy in both games, and I thought you did a fantastic job. I thought in game one you played it really well together with the Visage, but when it wasn't banned out in game number 2, you went down a different path. You picked the Viper instead to pair together with it. Why didn't you just go for the Visage again? Is it something that you were expecting Pari Parni might have a response to, or was it something else?
Yeah, we just saw this Viper, and that's all.
Stole the Viper.
What's strong about the Viper in that regard?
uh, uh, I don't know about another question.
Okay.
Yep,
Not
no reveal,
revealing
no
anything.
reveal.
Got it. What do you got,
All
Trent?
right. Well, I won't have you reveal anything too important here, but you're a general Dota player out there. A lot of people tend to prefer playing on the Radiant side, I think. Now, could you talk a little about, like, you guys played Dire both sides? And we see that Dire is the stronger side in this patch for most professional teams. Could you maybe explain to the regular Dota player why Dire feels really good right now?
Actually, we just have a good percent win rate with Dire, and this first. So the second that I don't know, we are bad guys. We like Dire, you know. We just have a good win rate with this, and we're just feeling it. That's all. We can stack, we can fight, and another stuff.
Okay.
Cool. I want to ask a question about the Dawnbreaker that came out in both games. We've seen it being picked up a lot more across all the different regions, not just Eastern Europe. How do you guys feel about the hero? Do you think it's strong? And if so, what position do you think is most fitting for it?
Actually, we knew that they're gonna pick Dawnbreaker first pick, and we just 2 days we was thinking about it, about rest picks or about picks, and we just have we decided that we're giving them Dawnbreaker and we're taking Marcy. We're not banning Dawnbreaker, we're not banning Marcy, and I think I'm better playing on Marcy than maybe in their team players in Pari Parni, and that's all.
That's a good answer.
Trent?
You guys looked very well prepared. Well, in that vein, in terms of heroes, is there any hero that you're maybe excited to try a little bit more in the current patch? Any of your heroes that you think are strong enough to bring in that maybe your team won't let you play?
It's secret strategy, but I can say one thing that
Thank
push
you.
Ramses, you will see this legend.
All right, good. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Are there any
Over.
heroes that you want to play, Yamich, that they're not letting you play? That we're not going to see, but you keep suggesting to your team.
Can you repeat?
Are there any heroes that you want to play specifically in your role?
I would
Yeah.
like to play maybe on Phoenix, on Enigma, but these heroes it's hard to take in this patch. Enigma is now in this meta. Enigma is bad. I think in first stage, like Tiger picking, he was picking 2 times Enigma. He Thunder 33 just picked Beastmaster Lycan and just end him. I think it's hard to pick. Eidolons was fixed. And I would like to play on Shaker. Shaker just Echo Slam,
yeah.
Manjama. Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah. I see you like the team fight heroes. Then you wanna be
Yeah,
able to carry.
yeah. Just you just pressing one spell and you winning team fight and you feeling very well. You know, that's all. You just need to do this in right position, in right time, and you Gucci.
Yeah. Well, you were certainly in the right position at the right time this game because you took the 2-0. So congratulations again, Yamich. Thank you so much for coming by for this wonderful interview, and we hope to see you again soon. And good
Thank
luck
you.
in the rest of the league.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't get you see Yamich's wonderful face together with ours. It's an audio-only interview, but it's really nice that he can come by regardless. We're gonna take a smallish break depending on what you believe time is. It's but a concept. So in 24 minutes, we do have another match coming up soon, and it's going to be a really, really hype match. Usually in DPC scheduling, the hype matches are towards the end, but EU does not care. We're the land of chaos, and we have a Team Spirit versus Navi coming up soon. Navi, who's been looking extremely good, as Trent properly hyped up earlier. Team Spirit, they won this little thing called TI, so they're pretty great team. And we'll see how they pair up against each other. We're going to take a small break, though, because this is not a run-on schedule. So we're going to start on time so both teams can be ready, prepared. They're probably doing their scrims right now, talking about their strategies. And we'll be back with Team Spirit versus Navi before you notice we're gone. We hope you enjoyed the cast. We hope you enjoyed this production. And we'll see you again in 24 minutes. Take care and see you soon.